Archie, this data is pure gold. You really came through with some fantastic analogous data on the cost from previous projects, and it's in such detail we're going to be able to find deliverables that are very similar to the ones we have. Wow. We can meet all of the requirements laid out in the cost management plan and in terms of estimating techniques with this data.
And that's not all he's given us. Archie and his buddies at the Cost Accounting Institute have been sharing data on computer costs for years. And they've got some rates set up that reflect current market conditions and will give us a great basis for parametric estimating. I mean, we'll have to decide which estimating technique to use in each situation.
Great. You should come to some of our Cost Accounting Institute meetings. I think you'd really enjoy them.
Archie, I'll definitely keep that in mind because it sounds like a lot of fun. And we already owe you a big vote of thanks for your help on this project.
Well, I'm happy to help you too because you have to deal with Wendy and Arnold, two of the biggest spendthrifts in this company. It's been a disease in this organization forever. They've been wasting money on projects for years. I just want to put them in the cost containment vice.
Well, I just got the approved work breakdown structure and the human resource plan in my inbox this morning. So we're ready to start building that cost control vice. Now, the sponsor made it very clear that we need to be controlling our costs on this project. We don't want to turn it into a shopping free-for-all for the directors.
The sponsor definitely hit us with some very tight funding limits. I mean, we can't have the usual games that they've had here at Royster, you know, using project budget for shopping sprees for things they couldn't get approval for in the annual budget cycle.
Well, I see you understand the game that they've been playing for years. I haven't had the tools to stop them, but they're nasty, and I'll warn you, you gotta watch out for their backstabbing and their lying and their cheating and all.
Archie, you say the nicest things since a girl's heart is fluttered. I think maybe after all these years you really care for me.
I care nothing for you. My objective is to get rid of you and your wasteful spending ways. These two project managers are ready for you.
Well, I certainly hope so. They invited me here to do a little cost analysis on the new project. We've got hundreds of terminals to connect to the network for all of our workers in all departments, including yours, Archie dear. So here I am with my data and my backup. I just want to get the best project, the best hardware, software, cabling that we can possibly do. I'm not here to squabble with other departments. I'm just here to save money.
That'll be the day.
I'm delighted that you put together estimates with backup data. That's great. This is a highly technical set of deliverables, and we are really going to be relying on your expertise.
What have you put together for us?
Well, I started by calling all the vendors that I know can do the job, and then I proceeded to kick their butts over the price, which I cannot quite describe in detail in a mixed company.
These would be the same vendors that tend to rip the company off?
Archie, why don't you let us handle this with Wendy? Thanks for the data. We'll put it to good use.
Do I have a great idea? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Hold on to your chairs, friends. This is going to blow your minds. Now what we need to do to get this project off the launching pad, Project Team t-shirts. Huh? Come on, it'll build morale, it'll build esprit de corps, and it's gonna get everyone really pumped about their accountabilities, you know? Okay, now, just to prove I was paying attention in the planning meeting, we are going to color code them by major deliverable. So that way, people in the other department will be able to tell which guys in which departments are working on the same project. See? Now, is that a great idea or what?
I choose the or what option. Francis, I don't think that t-shirts are going to make this project any more successful. And I really don't think that there are people in this organization that would change their attitude because they got a free t-shirt. So I cannot support this idea. I'm sorry.
So that's a no. Okay.
Francis is such a money waster. Actually, the whole marketing department is. But Archie, who is a bitter, paranoid little man who has spent way too much time in accounting, would rather attack me than them. Well, let's work over this list of cost estimates for the network, hardware, software, and cabling to connect to 750 new PCs. Okay, so it's all estimated on this sheet. And as I said, I met with a number of proven vendors, and then I worked on them to reduce their cost and so that we could get the most high quality products for our systems.
Wow. Those numbers blow the budget without us purchasing anything else. Did you go through a competitive bid process on this equipment, or did you just talk to some vendors?
Well, actually, we got together for lunch. And I think if you'll examine the technical requirements that we have, you'll find that it's impossible to meet those requirements at a lower price. This is the way we've always done it at Royster. It's a tried and proven method.
Gee, when I compare your unit prices to my parametric data, your unit costs are twice as much. I mean, also your cabling cost per foot is 3 times higher than my parametric rate, which is based on 30 networking projects right here in our local market.
I, for one, have never been satisfied with settling for average. I always strive for the very best. Besides, think of the cost that we will incur if we buy cheap old equipment and it fails. I mean, our workers will be sitting around for weeks with nothing to do. Now that is a substantial cost.
I couldn't help but overhear that. Didn't I tell you that that's what she would do? She's ignoring the data on the inflated prices and pay her sweetheart vendors just because she moves into her other tactic then talking about how cheap equipment will break down, it's not as reliable, so we can't spend it on that. This is nothing but a lie.
We can handle this, Archie. Thank you.
As I look at the data, there's absolutely no reason for us to pay the prices on your estimated costs. I mean, we should pay no more than the parametric estimates we've received from other local businesses. My recommendation to the Executive Vice President is that we go out for a competitive bid. I mean, that'll take more time than I'd like, but I mean, we simply can't pay these amounts.
I suppose I could turn on some of my lifelong friends and see if they could reduce the cost estimate by, I don't know, 10 or maybe 15%.
To even consider your vendors, they would have to cut their prices in half. A penny more, then we will be looking at a competitive bid.
Well, if this network craps out, it's all on your heads.
No. It'll be your responsibility because that deliverable is your accountability. Just take a look at the Human Resources Plan and the WBS.
Whoa. Looks like this cost estimating is getting a little rough, huh? Well, with me, it's going to be easy. All I need are 25 new PCs plus software for everybody in my department to get done all of the tasks that you have assigned us. Now, I've already squeezed this down as low as it can go. These 25 PCs are absolutely necessary to get everything done that you want.
Exactly which deliverables require these new PCs? And don't your people already have PCs? Well, surely we're not adding such additional demands on them that their PCs are not working adequately.
Hey, that's exactly what I said to them. Well, I guess what we realize is that this project, it really requires a lot more desktop processing power than we have with those cheapo PCs that I have to buy on my operations budget. I mean, we've got really old and outdated equipment here. This stuff is ancient. It breaks down a lot. You don't want to have any problems. I mean, I don't want to affect a critically important project with ancient technology.
Alright, I'm just looking through the work breakdown structure entries and the bottom-up equipment estimates that we asked everyone working on the project to make, so here, let me take a look at this.
What? Well, it looks like nobody in my department checked off that they needed a PC. Okay, so according to this, it looks like everybody says they can do their job with the existing equipment they have. I don't get it.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way.
Well, you know, I'm going to get down to the bottom of this. I'm going to find out who gave me this misinformation.
Well, I think we can put a wrap on our cost estimates. We have more than enough data to serve as a basis for our estimates. So you think we're done fighting off these stakeholders?
If we are, I will attend all of Archie's Cost Accounting Institute meetings for a year.